Sumac Microfinance Bank continues to empower business people in Kenya as its core mandate as a financial institution. We recently caught up with one of the clients of the bank who has a remarkable story to tell of how Sumac helped grow her plantain business, which is now a booming venture in the country. As it turned out, Carrie Kabura has not only benefited from Sumac's financial support, but has grown to become one of the most loyal customers of the bank.
I had a very good neighbor. I think God brings people in my life at the right time for the right reason. This neighbor to our left, where we live in Ridgeways, had a vehicle that he was not using. When my car was in the garage, he gave me this vehicle to use until mine was out, which was a very, very kind, rare gesture. So when my order came out of the garage, it wasn't very good. It would not give me a reliable service. I was talking about it to a neighbor who had given us his X-Trail. And then he said, why don't you buy my X-Trail? It is good. My wife doesn't use it. He had bought a new one for his wife, and the X-Trail was idle. He offered it to me to buy. And at that time, when he was offering it, I didn't have ready cash. And because we were just new neighbors to one another with this gentleman, I didn't want to borrow the car from him without paying. I spoke to a gentleman who has been selling to us our cars for use. For all the time we have bought cars, we have always gone to this Mwalimu Matuto Motors. The owner, Mr. Duarte, knew that my order had an accident and I was looking for a car to buy from his garage. So I called him. I said, I have had a neighbor with an X-Trail and he's selling it to me, lakini sina pesa. When I go to the banks, they are looking at my ID and are not comfortable with my age, and they don't want to lend me money, even though the security will be the X-Trail. So he said, come, I'll take you to a bank. Fast forward, she took me to Sumac Bank, Sumac Microfinance Bank. I hadn't heard of it before, but I was taken to the branch that was near where we live, that was in Gara. I was ushered in and I was handed over to a gentleman, a young man called Gedaiga. He did the paperwork. The owner of X-Trail gave me the papers, the logbook copies and all that. And Sumac, within a week, had finalized everything. They had agreed to give me the loan secured by the same car, the logbook of the same car. And within no time, they had paid the money that I was supposed to pay to my neighbor. And from there, at that particular instance, I was very, very happy. We carried on. I cleared paying that vehicle. And then I asked Daiga, would you give me some money? I want to buy another van, another vehicle, Vanette Nissan 200 for my business as a farmer, because I do some small scale farming, but I sell the products to customers in Nairobi. So we agreed, we do another, I go in for another borrowing, and I give them security, a piece of land on Kabati area. That together with the van, I was able to get enough money to do even better farming, bought the vanette, and that's where I am today. Of course, the biggest strength of Sumac, I can tell people of my age, they don't ask you for your ID to tell you you are a liability because of your age. They take you for who you are, what you can do, what your capacity to pay, and that is the biggest strength. I would tell anybody who is doing work that requires some financing, Sumac will not ask for your ID to discourage you or to tell you. They do not relate to people who seem not to be able to survive another 10, 20 years.
Carrie Kabura was kind enough to indulge us on her commercial farming activities, which shed light on the lucrative banana plantain business she has been carrying out for some time now, and for which Sumac has shown a keenness to support and fund.
I do banana farming, and my major banana plant that I farm or for commercial purposes is plantain. So I thought Sumac, I want to improve on my plantain production now that I have the van to carry the produce to the market. They asked me to show them where I am, and we went all the way to Maragua in the plantation, and they were convinced that that was good investment to be able to afford to pay for the loan. And I have done that. I've been paying the loan, and for all I can say, I will never go to any other bank to borrow money. I will always stick with Sumac, and in the near future, whatever savings I have made, I want to put it as in a fixed deposit with Sumac and make it my collateral in years to come. Even when I am late for a week or two or a few days to pay my loan, I don't hear any harassment. I will still receive a call reminding me that, oh, you are late for this particular payment. Of course, we agree and I pay. So they don't harass you. Actually, when I talk about plantain, I tell people I call it my coffee, my tea combined. Plantain is a banana that it used to exist in the very old days. And I remember, my father would always be the beneficiary of the plantain banana in the home. Children never touched it a lot because we came to learn when COVID came that plantain is the best banana, medicinal banana that anyone can eat. It is the best. If you look it up, if you Google it, you see that it has very many curative values, especially to the colon. In fact, we come now to recognize that it cleanses the colon and gets rid of cancer. Colon cancer will never get even to men, leave alone. Now women also get colon cancer. The enzymes in the plantain banana cleanses those throughout. And that is why our old parents would always eat plantain and deny the children because they knew they needed it more than the children because of their eating habits and getting older. They needed to keep their systems very clean, and plantain is very, very good for that. And it can be eaten by anybody from young to the old, and it will reduce our incidences of having cancer, colon cancer. It gets rid of all free radicals in the body, particularly those associated with cancer disease.
At this juncture, with that delightful picture she had painted of the plantain business, our team could only imagine what the future held in regards to her entire agribusiness endeavour.
My farming business in the years to come, God giving me the energy that He has given me all this time, I have no worry knowing that if I'm stuck, Sumac will rescue me, because my duty is to make sure I pay for the loan, and I'm happy that I will not have any sleepless nights looking for money from other areas. Like I've said, at our age, after they see your IDs, you have clocked 60, you are going to 70s, Many banks do not even want to talk to you. But Sumac, I'm farming even at my age, and I'm very happy and convinced that they will not abandon me at any one time. So I'll be very active in farming, animal farming, fruit trees farming, bananas, and I'll do this knowing that I can fall back on Sumac for financial help whenever I'm stuck, and I'll keep my part of the bargain by paying my loan as required.
Ava Mushina is Sumac Microfinance Bank's Business Development Manager. She has witnessed the exemplary growth of Kabura's business and was one of the officers who played a crucial role in ensuring the client was satisfactorily served by the Sumac team.
Carrie Kabura is one of our customers, women clients, who is in agribusiness. We supported Carrie from, I think, 2021, where she came in for a loan and wanted to expand her agribusiness business or farm in Muranga. So she's a commercial farmer for plantains, and she's been at this since 2021, and now we've seen how she's been able to grow with off-takers, like with major off-takers like the major supermarkets that we have, major grocery stores that we have in Nairobi, and she's been able to also introduce guys to her farm in terms of training. We've seen what passion can do and what access to finance can do to women. And most importantly, Carrie is a loyal customer, because I think just by knowing her for those 3 years, she's been able to bring in a couple of new customers who are women, and of course we have some men in that portfolio, and we've seen her grow other people, just spreading the word, saying, you know, you want to come to Sumac, they support, they listen. And this is because I think for Carrie, she's an epitome of what we say: when you empower a woman, you empower an entire nation. Like, a woman who's empowered will not just sit on those good news by herself. She'll be able to share them out with other people. And I've seen Carrie and her farm, especially her farm, grow to what it is right now. And I'm very proud of Carrie. I'm very proud of what she's doing, and we definitely welcome other people to come and join us. And we are willing to listen to women, we are willing to listen to men, we are willing to listen to the youth, so that we're able to upscale their businesses and to more so in those people who are in the agribusiness space. In Kenya, MSMEs are responsible for 80% of the economic growth, meaning and agribusiness being key parts of MSMEs in this country. So they all create job creation. They also have, there's a lot of circulation of money because of what the MSMEs are doing in this country. And then they play a significant role in food security. And for entrepreneurs like Kabura, they realize that, and that's why they move into a very specific area like plantains, which now are healthy. People are leaning towards the healthy options. And for Sumac as a bank, we want to fit in that particular framework of supporting these entrepreneurs like Kabura. And so our bank is committed to tailor, as much as we have agribusiness products like what we call Kilimo Biashara, which of course we have been nominated and awarded as being the best microfinance bank in Kilimo Biashara and livestock financing. We do not package each farmer or each client the same way. So we are able to support these customers because we listen first. We listen to the needs of each client, and we tailor make this particular product to fit their business needs. So with Sumac, we are passionate and we are committed to supporting MSMEs, and therefore we know the impact, because we know the impact that they have in the society and in our economy.
Sumac has not only been steadily pursuing the robust agenda of empowering farmers like Kabura, but have also been deliberate about financial inclusion to enhance and create an equal access platform for all, in order to improve the livelihoods of communities in Kenya.
I think for us as a bank, we are clear that financial inclusion is vital in empowering women in agribusiness, because right now we are talking about Kafura, who's in agri, and a lot of other women and men who are in agribusiness, and youth as well. So what we are planning as a bank is to create more room for access to finance for the youth and women in this country. And what we're going to do is that our bank is committed in offering training programs that, number one, are going to sensitize our farmers, and let me call them our farmers who are clients, to sensitize our farmers in terms of building more sustainable agricultural practices, because as Sumac, we've just had our ESG audit, and we are more intentional right now to empowering them in this way. We will continue with what we are doing, having proper access to finance for these businesses. The third thing, I think what we will need to do is that also encourage these farmers to adapt new farming technologies so that they can be able to scale up their operations.